Deadpool and Wolverine, the third film of the Deadpool trilogy. I'm gonna do a non-spoiler review of this film. Don't worry, there will be no spoilers in this review. I saw it at a midnight screening last night. Didn't start until about 12:30, I guess, because there's half an hour of adverts for some reason. And finished. Finished. Seemed to be early in the morning. So who was in this movie? This I'm just going to check my phone. Tell me if you've got any issues with me checking my phone. Comment below and smash that like button. So it's starring Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and a bunch of actors that I probably won't say just in case I spoil any cameos coming out. It's directed by Sean Levy. He's the guy who did Free Guy. And what is this film about? I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, so I guess the trailers show that Deadpool is got a cute little life going with his friends, and they're really the only people that matter to him. And then the TVA, I always forget what they're called, the people from the Loki season who sort of control timelines and stuff. So grab him and say, you're going to be the next Marvel Jesus. And for some reason, he needs to go and get Wolverine. And he's like, Wolverine, I need you to help me save my world because you're a hero. And Wolverine's like, no, I'm not. And I guess that's pretty much all I'll tell you about the story. What did I think of this film? I've got a couple of things to say about it. So this film, it was really funny. The jokes were, like every good comedy, pretty much every single line is a joke. So even the ones that don't hit, it's like, boom, the next line is a joke. Boom, the next line is a joke. It's all just joke, 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 joke. Lots of physical humor, which I'm a big fan of. Love the sort of Charlie Chaplin vibes of those old sort of physical humor where you can't have, dialogue jokes. You got all the physical humor and it's really fun and silly. It's funny to watch like R-rated films that are so fun and silly because it just stops feeling R-rated to me. I'm like, the blood is almost funny. It was great to see Disney incorporate Deadpool into their corporate machine, right? And fun to have Deadpool break the fourth wall, have all of these sort of insider jokes that I got. I got pretty much, I think I got every single joke because I've watched all the Marvel films, watched all the X-Men films, I've watched all the comic book films that you can watch, right? And I just thought really funny, great jokes. In terms of storyline, I will say it wasn't like it wasn't blowing my mind, but it was better than Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. It was probably more along the same lines of the Spider-Man one with all the different Spider-Men. It was probably more along those lines. As in, like, it was a good story that included multiverses, but it didn't change much in the Marvel universe. It wasn't one of those films. You might be expecting to have a film that completely changes the trajectory of where the Marvel universe. No, it doesn't do that. It's still a tight story, really about Deadpool, and then in this case Wolverine. And I guess this is where the heart is. This film really does have a good heart. It's got a big, fat heart that you can feel, especially in the last act, in the last scene. You're just like, oh, wow, like, I love Wolverine. Like, Wolverine's so cool. That suit is on point. There's so many parts of this movie where you just want to, like punch the air with your fist and you're just like, this is awesome, this is great fun. Some of the cameos you just like, especially there was one for me where I was just like, that is fucking cool. I did not expect that. It was those are cameos that you didn't expect. And yeah, those are the really good parts of it. The action was really fun. It was silly. It was funny. I was laughing the whole way through. Had a big heart. Made me just love Wolverine even more than I already do. Made me love Deadpool even more than I already do. This was in my top 10 anticipated films of the year. And now I'll go to the one bad thing. And I guess this one bad thing is a little bit big. It's like, all these meta jokes, these jokes making fun of Disney, making fun of Fox. You kind of have to remember that it's Disney. It's Disney making these jokes, but it's kind of like a love letter. It's like a love letter to Fox, I guess. But then I don't know, when you step back from it and you're watching all of these insider jokes and references, and it's kind of a bit like, to put it in its meanest way, I'll put it in its meanest way. It's a bit like a corporate company just celebrating itself and being like, I'm a, like, what? How great are we? Look how much money we've made. Let's make jokes about this corporate company and how amazing Fox is as this corporate entity. And I'm like, yeah, you are kind of really celebrating Fox, the business, the corporate, the people who put the audience members probably in spreadsheets and demographics and being like, how do we get the Latino audience in, and we need to get the women in, and like this company that's just like, I guess, putting humans on spreadsheets, trying to see how much money they can make, and that's like being probably their main motive for making movies, to make money. Of course that's what it is, but it just turns us all into some sort of like number on spreadsheet. And the film seems to be on some element, on some level, celebrating this corporate entity that has made so much money over the past. And I'm like, as many jokes as Deadpool does and as much heart as it tries to have, there's that layer of, oh, let's keep giving these corporate entities all of our money. There's this layer of that, and I guess, I don't know, it is weird because you go, yeah, Deadpool is making fun of it, and I understand that Ryan Reynolds has his own voice and stuff, but it's all being approved by Disney. So on some element, in some way, it's Disney saying these jokes are allowed because Disney wants to make more money. And I get that. That's not a bad thing or anything, but I don't know. There's just this element of, ha, we're this big company. Look at all the stuff we've done. Isn't Fox amazing? Let's almost have like a tier for Fox. 20th Century Fox. Let's have like a tier for them, but don't worry, they're in Disney, so we'll make even more money now. And yeah, there's a tinge of that. I will say it didn't ruin the film for me at all. Like I really love the film. I really recommend the film. I would watch the film. I'll go and watch the film a couple of times if I'm honest with you. But yeah, there's just a tinge of that, and that doesn't sit too well with me if I'm honest. I'm very much like, yeah, I don't give a shit about 20th Century Fox, if I'm honest with you. I like the characters. I'm interested in the characters. I don't know why this seems to have a tinge of, this poor $1 billion company that went under and that Disney has sort of saved. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I guess that's really the only complaint I'll have. And I did think about it when I was watching the film a little bit, but apart from that, the film is funny, it's gory, it's got moments that'll make you sort of pump your fist in the air, punch the sky, and be like, yeah, and big heart. And all in all, I really, really, really enjoyed the film, so I recommend it a lot. Now I'm very sleepy.